Hey everyone, I'm here at IKEA checking out what's new for fall 2025. There are some new seasonal collections, there are updates to existing products, and there have even been updates to one of IKEA's higher end lines. So I'm really excited to go check it out. Oh yeah, and just as a heads up, this is a Canadian IKEA, so the prices you're going to be seeing are in Canadian dollars.
So let's head inside. I love coming to IKEA because I don't have one nearby my home, so it always feels like a fun time when I get to visit. If you stick around until the end, I'll do a quick little roundup as well of what I picked up. Let's start with the Stockholm 2025 collection. This is IKEA's kind of higher end line that started back in the 80s, and this year's drop is actually their biggest yet, with almost 100 new products. The first thing that caught my eye was this boucle armchair. It's the first time that IKEA's used boucle, and the rounded shape gives it a really soft, cozy look. Then there's this round side table on casters. It's super simple, but I like that you can roll it around. It makes it feel kind of casual and easy to live with. And you can slot it into any corner. I was really excited to discover the new modular Stockholm sofa. It comes in 2, 3, and 4-seater versions, and because it's modular, you can rearrange it to fit your space in any way that you need. I think this is a really important addition to IKEA's sofa lineup, and I think they did a really great job with the design. I can see this sofa doing really well for IKEA. Let's be totally honest here, we can't hide the fact that the sofa is definitely on the pricey side for IKEA. But when you go onto a website like Design Within Reach and you compare it to designer sofas, like these ones that I'm showing here on screen, you can see that actually the price isn't that bad if you want this look. This new sofa comes in a few different finishes. There's the boucle option, which is the same fabric we just saw on the chair before. Then there's what they're calling beige, which to me looks more like a camel or like light brown. Then there's a deeper, rich brown velvet, and then this blue. And the website photos really don't do this blue justice. In person, it's this beautiful, almost cobalt blue. I would totally buy this sofa, and honestly, I wish it had been around when I was looking. This cabinet with rattan sliding doors was another standout that I loved. I love the texture, and it gives me a little retro feel without going over the top. Another item that I really wanted to see in person was the blue Stockholm glass vase. I've always been a sucker for colored glass, but unfortunately this product was out of stock at my location. I feel like this vase has that mid-century or 70s glasswork feel. It's a little sculptural and a little dramatic, but it's still really usable in everyday life. I'm disappointed that they didn't have that. The new Stockholm rugs are definitely not for me. They just don't have that same appeal as the rest of the collection. They also put out a new black and white rug. I think maybe they were hoping it would be another hit like the OG Stockholm black and white rug. You know, the one that every designer used to use, this one here. But honestly, in my humble opinion, it's just not in the same realm as that one. This one just misses the mark for me. And then they introduced this new pattern on throw cushions. And yeah, I'm definitely not living this one. It feels kind of busy and I don't think it really works. But apart from that, the new Stockholm editions feel cozy, design forward, and a little retro in the best way. One big trend I noticed this time at IKEA is color. Now, IKEA has never shied away from color. There have always been colorful options available if you wanted them, but I've noticed that a lot more things that used to only come in white or just like your standard shades suddenly are being offered in these new interesting colors, like their pegboard. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but to my knowledge, they've only ever done the pegboard in white, brown, and black, but now they're offering it in pink and beige. The Toft Bow bath mat also comes in these great new colors now too, instead of just plain white. Even some of the bigger pieces of furniture are getting the color treatment. Like the Sotenas armchair now comes in full-on red, and I think it looks great. And of course we saw the new Stockholm sofa in that beautiful blue. They even make this Bluetooth speaker in this really bright yellow. It's very much part of that color drenching trend where you just commit to one color in the room. And honestly, it's really fun to see IKEA lean into it. Even their everyday stuff looks a little more designy now because of it. And then there's new doormats. They're super colorful and graphic. I think they're one of the easiest ways to add a bit of personality to your entryway, and I really like these. I looked online before going to the store and it looked like IKEA had brought out tons of new sets of colorful tea towels, but unfortunately there weren't that many to see at my location, which was disappointing. Next up is Hostagil I'm saying it wrong, and it's IKEA's fall collection this year. This one is all about cozy vibes and warm tones. Basically the stuff that makes you want to bake something and light a candle the second you get home. They've got classic pieces like a pie dish and an oven dish. They're simple and kind of off-white, but they're really useful if you like hosting around this time of year. I can totally see these coming out for Thanksgiving or a fall dinner. There are also these pumpkin-colored tea lights. They smell like vanilla, apple, and orange, which basically sums up the season in candle form. They also have these pillar candles, which are unscented if you'd rather steer clear of the smell. I really like the serving bowls and platters on pedestals. They've got that speckled ceramic look, and they're the kind of thing you can leave out on a table as decor, even when you're not using them. Now let's look at the Vivien collection. This one is all about handmade textures, lots of weaving, embroidery, and braiding. I like the striped cushion covers and the throws in pink and orange. They're cute and definitely very cheerful and playful. The green scalloped plate is also really pretty. It kind of gives me vintage pottery vibes, and I could see it working in a mix and match table setting. There's also a flat woven runner with bold blue stripes, which has a strong graphic feel, and these striped jute baskets that are super practical if you just need extra storage, but you want it to look nice. Overall, I'd say the collection is textural and handmade feeling, definitely for anyone who likes that kind of global inspired look. Another new addition is the Kudlava lamp, which I know a lot of people are going to love. It's this pleated mushroom style table lamp that totally feels on trend right now, but at an IKEA price. I also spotted these jars. They have this really pretty speckled blue glaze and they look handmade. I think they'd be great styled out on open shelving in a kitchen. Next up is Kossebar, which is IKEA's pantry collection. One of my favorites in this collection is the small brown ceramic jar with a spoon. Unfortunately, they didn't have it in store, but I really like how it has this old school, kind of rustic feel. Then there are these clear glass jars with lids, which are super practical for storage. I like the ribbed look of the glass. It makes them feel a little more elevated than just plain glass. I also like the apron, which is the warm mustard gingham pattern. Unfortunately, I messed up the recording of that, so I don't have that, but I'll show you a screen grab of it. Next is IKEA's seasonal Halloween line, Kustfyr. IKEA's been doing this collection for a couple of years now. It first popped up in 2023 and it's still pretty new, but people seem to love it, so it keeps coming back. If you're someone who doesn't normally go all out decorating for Halloween, this is a fun way to bring in just a touch of it without having to do too much. They've got these black and white ghost cushions, cute mugs, some dish towels, and even plush toys. All really affordable, all really easy to mix into your home without looking like a Halloween store exploded. I kind of love that it's mostly black and white instead of doing the black and orange thing, and I like that it's more like cute Halloween instead of scary or gory Halloween. You know what I mean? I prefer that. Finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, my IKEA haul. Well, all I bought was a toilet brush. Exciting, right? Okay, I did get a couple more things too. We stocked up on lingonberry sauce since Pontus, who is a true Swedish Viking, really likes it with his meatballs. We also bought some wooden knobs and a couple of Fracta bags. So this time it's a small haul.
So that's everything that stood out to me at IKEA for fall 2025. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a winter roundup too, and I'll come back. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!